Hello and welcome to an all new episode of Sam Explains the World. I'm your host, Samantha Bremekamp, and I'm with Brewmaster Flex Mike of Schaylor Brewing, who's going to teach us all the magic of what it takes to brew beer. Mike, thank you so much for being with us today.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Yeah, obviously. How did you become a brew wizard?
I started at Stouts Brewing Company down in Adamstown.
Okay, awesome.
I was working in the restaurant at the time, doing their banquets and stuff,
Cool.
and serving and bartending.
Awesome.
They needed a hand in the brewery for a couple days, doing help on the working on the packaging line.
Okay, very cool.
So working on the bottling line, just kind of
Awesome.
stacking cases and labeling them. And eventually they had one of those brewers leave and they needed spot to fill. So they asked me if I wanted to
Very cool.
hop in and learn how to brew.
That's so cool. They saw the great potential, and then they realized that you were a dream come true.
Yep.
Already there. Very cool. So, how did you end up over here at Schaylor, or when did you end up? We don't need to have.
That was probably about 4 years ago.
Okay, cool.
One of my friends, Josh, who's the former brewer here,
Oh, awesome. Very cool.
he shadowed me down at Stouts for a
Very
couple
cool.
days
Yeah.
when I was the head brewer down there.
Very cool.
And then they had an opening up here when Stouts closed. So
Oh, perfect. Okay, so that worked out.
yeah, it worked out
Okay,
okay.
good. I wasn't sure if there was gonna be like a backstory. I didn't know it closed, so that's
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
yeah, it closed
Aw.
5 or 6 years ago.
Okay, yeah. Okay. And now we're lucky to have him here in beautiful Shillington at Schaylor, where you do really awesome stuff. What is your favorite, or do you have like a favorite beer that you make, or one that you prefer to drink, or do you not drink?
Pilsners.
Yeah, Pilsners.
Pilsners
Okay.
are my go-to.
Okay, awesome. What's the hardest one, in your opinion, or like the most complicated, too many ingredients or whatever that you have to make on the regular?
Well, the lagers and the pilsners are actually harder to brew. They're the
Okay.
lightest.
Okay.
They're the lightest, so
Okay.
there's not a lot of room for error. You can pick up a
Yeah.
lot of subtleties and
Okay.
off flavors really
Yeah.
easily. So
That's awesome.
those are probably the hardest.
Yeah.
Some of our sours definitely have a lot of ingredients.
Yeah.
We do tricks in some of our beers, fruity pebbles in some of our beers, different cereals.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And we have a cucumber, ginger, limes, and lemon sour on right now
Okay,
as
that's
well.
delightful.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We spent all day a couple months ago juicing all of these cucumbers. Took like 8 to 10 hours. So
That is a lot of produce.
very,
to go
yeah.
through.
I think there was like 25 boxes that we had to juice.
Which makes sense because you get a big crowd here and you have to make enough to make everybody happy.
Yes,
that,
of course.
That totally makes sense. And you guys just had a collab not too long ago with Beverly of Muddy Creek, who we just did a show with.
Oh,
She
cool.
was just showing me and raving about it. And so it reminded me how excited I was that we were going to do this.
Oh, yeah.
But she's really cool and a huge fan.
So, yeah, I just smelled some of their soaps. They have them for sale in the brewery, and they smell amazing.
That's awesome. If you can't make it all the way to Beverly's shop, just come here while you're after you have a couple cocktails, then buy some treats for yourself and friends. That's awesome. That's really great.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to learn all about it and learn the machines, and away we go. What are these?
So these are some brewing chemicals that we typically use for each beer.
Okay.
All depending on the beer, it's all going to be a little bit different.
Sure.
We have gypsum, Epsom salt,
Okay.
pectin,
Wow.
regular salt,
Okay.
calcium carbonate,
Okay. Very cool.
calcium chloride,
Wow.
Campton tablets, which are like potassium sorbate,
Okay.
and Warflock, which is a clarifying agent.
Oh, wow. That's
So
awesome.
It really helps brighten some of the lagers up.
Oh, cool. I had no idea it took so many things. Also, they look like spices.
Yeah, yeah, we used old spice containers.
Yeah, that's so smart. It's so much easier to get exactly how much you want in it, which is great. What is like the base for a typical beer, like a Pilsner?
We actually use a little bit of gypsum,
Okay.
and a tiny bit of salt, and the Warflock specifically.
Okay, very cool.
But
yeah.
Some of the New England IPAs, we're going to use some more of the calcium chloride here.
Okay.
A little bit more of the Epsom and salt. in specific ratios
Yeah,
to
right.
kind
It's
of
like,
bring out the juiciness of the
oh,
flavors.
that's so awesome. And it's like it's science based. So it's very scientific.
Yep.
It's really enjoyable and fun and a great pastime, but science first, and that's really cool.
Yeah.
You have to be like a chemist, mad scientist with that stuff.
A little bit. Yep.
Yeah. So for the hops and everything, where do those come from for you guys?
We source them from the Pacific Northwest mainly. We also get noble hops, which are grown in Germany
Oh, cool.
and Czech Republic. We use a lot of Saaz hops in here.
That's so cool.
So, yep, a lot of German hops.
Yeah.
Those are the two main regions that
Yeah.
we typically use all our hops from.
Okay, that just got even cooler. I have grown hops just to
Oh, yeah?
see if I could do it.
What'd you grow?
Uh, just regular hops. Are
You're
there
not sure
different types?
Yep, yeah, there's a lot of different types. I couldn't name all of them, but
Like a couple?
Citra, there's Cascade,
I feel like Cascade sounds
Chinook.
familiar. With,
Cascade's a pretty common one,
Yeah.
especially, and they grow pretty well around here.
Yeah.
That's actually in our hop garden. That's what we have growing in
they
our.
have a hop garden, so that's pretty awesome. And they grow really tall.
Yep.
I had visited a farm, High Castle Farm outside of London. It was like a lavender farm, but they also grew a lot of hops because people over there like to decorate their mantles because it's so pretty.
Yeah.
And it smells so good. And also, I love hops in tea. I don't know. I'm like a tea weirdo, so I love to try all different things and I do my own ingredients and try to whatever. But when I had tried their tea over there, it was like a really nice, relaxing tea and it had hops in it.
Oh, wow. That sounds good.
That's why I tried to grow it. And it was really fairly easy. But you have to understand they grow like 25 feet up or taller if they're able to.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
you have to have like a roping wire system. So the way I rigged it, because I didn't know what I was doing, I like took a rock and a rope and like got it over a branch and then tied it to the end and then like wood and then it grew up into the tree, which made it very difficult for getting it down.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I actually have videos of that, which I might share with you guys, maybe just across social media, just to show you how much I didn't know what I was doing, which is why I'm happy to be here to learn all that stuff. But that's so awesome that you have it coming in from the Pacific Northwest, from Germany. That's awesome. Very cool.
Yeah, I'm also thinking about using the hops. I haven't really used them for a beer at all.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe this year I
Yeah,
might actually use them in a beer.
Yeah, that'd be so awesome. You guys do such cool things here. I was recently at a wedding after party outside, and it was so much fun. There was a band, I think, just like unrelated, like it just lucked out, and they played like all my favorite like songs of like the '80s, and it was
Oh, yeah?
really magical for me specifically, having nothing to do with the wedding. It was awesome.
Yeah, especially once the sun goes down out there, all the lights turn on, and you have a band outside.
It's like
Nice, nice feel.
yeah, it's a magical experience, and it's so close to me anyway, and I love it. But thank you. Awesome.
Yeah. We're getting ready to fruit our watermelon shandy that we are releasing for our 0.5K this weekend. I survived the 0.5.
And
Got some watermelon soaking in here, some sanitizer.
All
We
right.
also have them all stashed in here too. About
Awesome.
200 pounds worth.
Wow.
So,
I hope it's enough.
me
And also
too.
a 0.5K is amazing and something we could all feel good about ourselves. And then ending with some delicious watermelon shandy, 100%.
Yeah, this one
recommend.
went really well last year.
That's awesome.
They also do a stein holding competition. They do a couple, I think like a push-up competition as well
That's
during
fun.
this as well. Kind of make it a little fun.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see it. I'm not going to participate in those things, but I will run a 0.5K to get to watermelon shandy.
So this is our smaller, small batch system. It's a 4-barrel system. And this is what we use to kind of experiment on some new beers with, or if we don't want to make a big, large batch of something, kind of keep it a little bit more exclusive. This is the system we use.
Very cool. How much does it make?
About 4 barrels,
Okay.
can upwards of 5 if we're pushing it on something a little bit lighter.
Wow. Because I have no idea, and it's okay if you don't know either, but like how many beers, regular sized beers, can you get out of like a barrel?
Oh, I
If you were to
can't
guess.
tell you that off the top of my head, but
Yeah.
a barrel is about 31 gallons.
Okay.
So
So it's enough for 2 people. Just kidding. It's enough
Yes.
for a lot of people.
yeah,
Very cool. Yeah, and this makes sense to have a smaller one for when you're doing like a seasonal batch that's not going to go, for a long time and everything. Very cool. And experimenting is so fun.
Yes, absolutely. That's our like our key thing here is
Yeah.
our motto is actually brew outside the line. So we're always trying new things, and we love trying new beers
Oh,
and
yeah.
using new ingredients.
That's so awesome. And we love that you love that because we love to sample everything. It's always fun to see what new things are popping up over here at Schaylor.
This is our hot liquor tank. This supplies all the hot liquor, the hot water
Mm-hmm.
for our mash in, which is right in here if you want to take a peek
I
in.
do. I'm really tall, so
Nothing in here yet, but
it's cool to see it empty though.
Yep.
Do the comparison, which is awesome.
yeah, it kind of helps make sense of what actually is going on inside.
Wow.
Basically, it's just like it's a false bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where we're dumping all the grain in
Okay.
and hydrating it
Very cool.
at certain temperatures, usually between 148 degrees and 156 is what we do.
Wow.
So depending on the beer, if we want something a little bit fuller body, we're going to go upwards more of the 156. Some of the lighter lagers and pilsners and lighter pale ales are going to be around like 148 to 152.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Very, very cool.
This is the boil kettle. This is where all the wort, after we run it through our mash tun here, gets boiled in here. So we sanitize it, kill anything that's possibly bad inside of the wort,
Right.
kind of condense the wort down a little bit. And this is where we add some of our adjuncts, like some of our hops for boiling additions. This is how we get them to be a little bit better. Depending on how long we boil them, is how bitter the hops are going to get.
That makes sense. How hot does that get?
This hangs out at boiling temperature. So
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So everything gets more delicious and cleansed.
Yep.
Very, very cool. Thank you.
Also, a very important part of the brewery here is a heat exchanger. So we run cold water through these lines
Cool.
while the wort is actually going through it.
Oh.
So it can cool down the wort from 200 some degrees down to 50 to 70. So 50 is going to be what we ferment our lagers at.
Okay. Okay.
Around 65 to 70 is what we do our IPAs and pale ales at, and some of our stouts.
That's awesome. I had no idea. Very, very cool. So what am I looking at in here?
This is our 10-barrel mash tun.
Wow. It's very spacious. It's very comfortable. And a lot of working parts, which is very cool.
Yeah, so this is the mixer right in the middle here.
Okay.
I can show you. It looks like when it's turned on.
Woo!
That helps mix all of the grain and hot water. And it also helps us when we go to mash out. So, it's pretty much touchless. We can just dump it into a container and don't have to scoop it out ourselves.
That is so cool. When you say mash, like what is it that, what is it mashing?
Mashing is, or mash is,
yeah, like what does that mean?
When we combine the hot water and all of the grains together.
That totally makes sense. So this is like a super serious from the future looking setup here. And it's all so nicely labeled.
Yeah, a little dirty though, but
well, who isn't these days? It's summer. That is what happens. No, it's awesome. And obviously there's the bond window, so it's easy, or door. So you open it and all of it goes through into your.
Yep, yeah, we dropped this. I don't know if you can see the little squeegee type thing here.
Yeah.
But we'll throw that down when we go to mash out, get all the grain out, and it just pushes it all out for us.
That's so awesome. This is such an awesome angle, by the way. This is so cool. And then it slides down, and then what does it go into, a barrel?
Oh yeah, we have some barrels outside here.
Okay, very cool. So after it's all through this, what happens?
So after it gets boiled, we spin it in the tank for 20 minutes, kind of condense all the solids and form like a big ball down at the center of the tank. We dump that through the dump drain right here. And that goes through our heat exchanger over here.
Okay.
We normally have hoses set up that go directly to one of these tanks.
Yep, we see all the hoses. Very cool. And then what happens in those tanks?
That's where the magic happens. That's where we do all the fermenting, flavor additions,
Very cool.
Fruit additions, spice additions, etc.
And I know it's probably different timing, but like, what's the average time it takes to ferment a delicious new flavor?
So some of our IPAs are going to be a little bit quicker. They probably take about 7 to 10 days to ferment.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But then we have to dry hop it, let that sit for a couple days, and then we cold crash, which is we drop the temperature down to almost freezing, about 34 degrees, to kind of get all the hops and extra yeast out of suspension.
Oh,
Forms at the bottom of these cones here, right here.
wow.
If we go to dump it,
Uh-huh.
we hook up a dump hose.
Oh, wow.
Bring it right to the drain, and
Yep.
we dump what's called trub, just a mixture of like hops and yeast.
Wow. That's awesome. Very, very cool. So do like farmers or gardeners ever like try to collaborate with you guys with any of like the excess runoff or anything?
Yeah, we actually give all of our spent grain to Goose Lane Egg Farm. It's right up the road, right in Moton.
Awesome.
So they'll pick it up every day. Once we're done brewing, I give them a call or text and tell them that it's ready.
So cool. What do they do with it?
They feed it to their cattle. So that they have pasture raised cattle, and they grain finish.
Wow.
Yep.
And again, the most spoiled, lucky cattle in all
Yeah.
the land. That's a heck of a feast. I love the collaboration with local businesses or the farm, and I love that it's an everyday thing. That's so awesome. I bet the cows look forward to it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We actually, when we did our cucumber beer,
Yeah.
we gave the spent cucumber
Yeah.
puree and all the
Yeah.
excess like solids
That's awesome.
to the cows as well, and they ate it up. And
That's so cool.
they were actually just as surprised as we were that they did that.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
this is called dumping the trub.
Okay.
Do this to try to get all the hops and yeast out
Wow.
after it's been cold crashed.
Very cool.
We just hook it up. Make sure you spray this with a lot of alcohol. Make
Yep,
sure
kill
everything's
everything.
sanitized.
Yep.
Don't want no funky critters getting in.
No. No, sir.
So yeah, we typically do this before we dry hop a beer and after we dry hop a beer, and it's been sitting for a couple days.
Okay. Should I
So you
get
can kind of see some of the what actually comes out here.
Okay. Very cool.
Slow, but it's coming.
Oh, that's fine. Ooh. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's all the. Looks like a lot more yeast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, for all you gardeners, if you had that in a container in your garden, slugs would go in and have the most delightful death of all because they're super attracted to heavy yeast, hops, skunked beer, whatever. Super into it. And what a nice way to go when protecting your garden. Awesome. Then you rinse it out again, obviously for cleanliness, and ta-da!
You basically run it till it starts getting a lot thinner in viscosity.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I am here with Jess, one of the owners and also proprietors, who's going to share with us some really cool upcoming events. Jess, thank you.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Jess. I do a lot of the events here. We do a lot of exciting things here. We do trivia every other Wednesday, or every Wednesday now. I'm sorry.
Very cool.
We do music bingo every other Tuesday.
That's really fun.
We do a lot of themed dinners in the evening. This Thursday, we have Lobster Fest coming up. We're really excited about. That's tomorrow already.
Yeah.
We do Smash Burger Night every other Thursday. We'll throw in a pierogi night here and there. We do brunches. We also do Paint and Pints. That's one of our favorites.
So much fun. So much fun.
Yep. And then we work with Terrarium Therapy. They do a lot of their plant workshops here.
It's awesome. I love all of their workshops.
Yeah, they do an awesome job.
Yeah.
What else do we do? We have We
Yeah.
have Schaylor Fest as well. That's
Ooh.
also a big event.
Ooh.
We do that. We're doing it in September this year. So
Very cool.
September 13th, we have Schaylor Fest.
Mhm.
We have multiple bands play back to back all day long.
So cool.
We'll do some
So cool.
food specials.
Yeah, awesome. And they just did a really cool one with bonsais, like a sip-in bonsai where everybody got to take it home and like it was really cathartic for a lot of people. So many cool things. You guys had one recently that I was so bummed that I had to miss where you made like somebody made wreaths and they had like birds in them and it's not just like junk. It's like making really, really sweet, awesome stuff that you can be proud of while having delicious beverages and take it home with you.
Yeah, we work with Rustic Rose a lot too.
Yes.
She's a great one to work with.
So awesome. Beverly at Muddy Creek was talking about the awesome collaboration she did with you and then was bringing up events. And you work with so many local like artists and teachers and stuff, which just makes it so much more fun. It's not your average just like go be bored and drink. Like there's a lot going on and it's a lot of fun. And it's dog friendly in the back, right?
Yep.
And family friendly, obviously. You know, no kids are gonna be drinking, so stop trying to do that, guys. But it's great. A lot of events. A lot of my neighbors have been having all of their like high school graduation parties in the back and everything. We were just here for a wedding after party and it was so much fun. The food was amazing. You guys have that magical popcorn.
Yep. We do cater events in the back,
which is so awesome. So if you haven't been here, which I'm sure you have, but if you haven't, hurry up and get here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Sam.
Yes. Oh, hello, friends. I thought it'd be fun if I did some Samsplaining to you about something that you're able to grow in your own yard. If you have one and you have sun, we're going to talk about hops today. Now, for my friends that do not partake in drinking beer, that's okay. That's not why I grow hops. You'll see in some videos that I'm about to share what happened in the next year return from my hops. The first year, I got probably like a dozen of these, maybe a handful. And then this year it came back in force and I used a rope, as you'll see, to go up into a tree to make it grow up because hops plants can grow, you'll see, it's all laying down now, up to 25 feet. And a lot of people in the UK use these beautiful vines for Christmas time or for fall harvest decorations. And they put them on their mantles, which is cool. We don't do that here, or at least not the people I hang out with. So take a smell of that. Oh yeah, super hopsy, right? And you're like, oh, I don't even like that. But if you let these dry out, you can put them in tea and it helps with if you have trouble sleeping, calming you down. Even if it's just in my head, it works really well. And I highly suggest you do the same thing. How do you know when it's time for you to tear down your hops? Now, hopefully you'll have a setup that's smarter than the way I did it, but I had to use the tall tree pruner to eventually clip part of the branch to get it down. Maybe you're going to be taller than me. I don't think you're going to be 25 feet. I don't know your life. It's none of my business. Maybe you guys like to go on each other's shoulders. Whatever it is, it's going to be awesome. And you'll know it's time when today just happened. I found a few of these on the ground and I hadn't picked them. Oh my God, it's random. And I realized that inside, they smell super hopsy. But if you tear open inside, you'll see, and I don't know how great the lighting's going to be, but inside, no, you definitely can't see it. There's yellow pollen in between the beautiful leaves. And that's when you know when there's pollen and it's all of the insides are tipped with yellow substance. That's when it's time to go. The cones will open up and I will take pictures of this with better lighting to show you exactly what I mean. But that's the game changer for you to take it down. Now, don't just cut the vines down. Don't just Tarzan them and try to rip them from the tree. These vines are what's going to make you get hops every year. So you, as gently as possible, get them down. Hand pick off the hops. I have a lot of babies still. that are going to bloom. So I'm going to somehow get them back up there for new baby hops to grow into these big hops and have a second harvest, which is super, super duper lucky. Um, it's really fun and it's really easy, and all you need is a sunny spot. And even if you just have a tiny patio or rooftop or whatever, um, you don't need a lot of, it doesn't need to be a wide space. You just need to be able to go vertical, which is super awesome. And I didn't water it that much. It kind of just hangs out, and which is wonderful. I have mine in a giant pot. You could plant it in the ground. Um, I just like to be able to move things in case, the sun changes with the trees growing forever or what have you. But that's just my thought. One more quick thing. I wanted to add that the vines are very abrasive and you might have a reaction from it. I didn't realize that. And in the beginning, when I was just trying to make it taller a long time ago, there were some vines that like scratched my neck and I didn't realize it. And then I thought I was dying. But it turns out it was just the very abrasive um, vines. But they need to be abrasive in order to climb up things easily, and they will rip into your skin. So just be careful. Wear long sleeves or gloves when doing it, unless you know what you're doing, like I do now, because otherwise you're going to learn the hard way like I did. And I'm hoping that Sam explaining things to you makes it so it's easier and less painful for you when you try to do the same things. Okay. Oh, hey, I'm back. I just wanted to show you what some baby hops look like in case you're like, how will I know? Which is a good question. But these are babies. You can tell because they're tiny compared to their super mature counterparts like this one, which is huge compared to the babies. And that's how you know that you're not going to want to cut down the vines. I'll show you what the base looks like right now. It looks like you're like, oh, let me just prune that. Don't prune it. Don't prune it. And it goes forever. Look at all those beautiful hops flowers. And it takes me back to my spot, where I'm going to be hand picking these until I don't feel like doing it anymore, or I've run out. And then I'm going to try to figure out how to rig it back up. And that's the glory of being a hops farmer with one hops plant. Actually, it's like a tangled web of like 20 hops plants now. But last year, it was one vine. And this year, it spread tremendously, which is very lucky. And I'm very excited about it. But keep that in mind that it's going to spread out and need more room. And you're going to want to separate it after the season, after you collected all the hops from it. You're going to go into the roots and very gently unmarry them and then give them their own space to continue reproducing and such. Little family life health for you. Sorry about that. So I'm about to share the video of me cutting down the hops that went all the way up to that tree. I could tell it was time for it to come down because a couple of the flowers, as you say, had fallen on their own and smell very hopsy. So now I'm going to harvest them and dry them out and use them for tea. There it is. We did it. Like I was saying before, I just pulled it and it fell down and did not hit me in the head. Da, 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 yeah, da, 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 da. Da, bum, bum. And now secure the bottom of it, and later on we'll harvest the second batch. Well, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed being Samsplained to about hops. Maybe next week I will Samsplain to you about growing your own tiny pumpkins. But we'll see. Anything can happen when you're being Samsplained.